3 2 1 Hello, my name is Napat Sirichan and today I'm going to present impact of part-time working hour on academic performance on ProfStat and okay. Why we study this topic? We have the 3 reasons. First is academic impact. Examine how working hour affect GPA and study time. Review trade-off between income and academic focus. Second is financial context. Examine how working hour affect GPA and study time. Review trade-off between income and academic focus. Third is strength and well-being. Assess sleep, strength, and daily habit. Exploring between workload and burnout. Provide data to guide student support and policy. Okay, how we collect data? So we use online survey. We use Google Form to examine part-time working habit and academic performance among university students. So we distribute links via social media platform include Line, Instagram, Facebook, and Discord. Who survey response conform? We collect the data from university students who age range typical in 18 to 24 years old. Recruitment channel is Line, University Group Chat, Study Group, Instagram, Facebook, the Student Community, Discord, Study and Game Community. We got 62 total response and 53 of them working part-time. Alright, descriptive statistics and distribution. Okay, the nominal data. Part-time 33 students working part-time with an average of 25 hours per week across 5 to 7 days, while 29 students do not engage in any part-time employment. The state inside moderate strength is on level 3 is a most common. Part-time worker show high level average state at 3.09 compared to non-part-time students 2.38, suggesting work as pressure. Okay, the time in class in one day. Most university students attend class for around 4 to 8 hours per day with the target high concentration at about 6 to 7 hours per day. Only a small number of students attend fewer than 3 hours or more than 10 hours per day. Indicate that the majority of student class time fall within a typical university schedule.
Okay, for the goodness of it test, for part-time hour per week, for the working student only. For the hypothesis H0, the data of part-time hours per week is uniformly distributed with parameter minimum equal to 6 and maximum equal to 42. For HA, the data of part-time hours per week is not uniformly distributed with parameter minimum equal to 6 and maximum equal to 42. For the conclusion, since the test statistic falls into the rejection region, we reject the new hypothesis. So, the data of part-time hours per week is not uniformly distributed with parameter minimum equal to 6 and maximum equal to 42. This is a descriptive statistic and distribution for part-time hours per week. Next is the goodness of fit test of current GPA for all respondents. For the hypothesis, H0 is the data of current GPA. That is uniformly distributed with parameter minimum equal to 1.5 and maximum equal to 3.5. For HA, the data of current GPA is not uniformly distributed with parameter minimum equal to 1.5 and maximum equal to 3.9. Conclusion, since the statistic test falls into the rejection region, we reject all the new hypotheses. Therefore, the data of current GPA is not ununiformly distributed with parameter minimum equal to 1.5 and maximum equal to 3.9. This is the descriptive statistic and distribution for current GPA. Next, goodness of fit test for study hours per day outside class for all respondents. The hypothesis H0, the data of study hours per day outside class, is uniformly distributed with parameters minimum equal to 0 and maximum equal to 11. For HA, the data of study hours per day outside class is not uniformly distributed with parameter minimum equal to 0 and maximum equal to 11. For conclusion, the statistic test falls into the rejection region. We reject the new hypothesis. So the data of study hours per day outside class is not uniformly distributed with parameter minimum equal to 0 and maximum equal to 11. This is the descriptive statistic and distribution for study hours per day outside class. This one is a goodness of fit test of assignment hours per week. For the hypothesis, H0 is the data of assignment hours per week. It is uniformly distributed with parameter minimum equal to 1 and maximum equal to 60. HA is the data of assignment hours per week. Is not uniformly distributed with parameters minimum equal to 11 and maximum equal to 60. So the conclusion, since the test statistic fails into the rejection region, we reject the new hypothesis. Therefore, the data of assignment hours per week is not uniformly distributed with parameter minimum equal to 1 and maximum equal to 60. This is the descriptive statistic and distribution of assignment hours per week.
So this is the correlation part for numerical variable pairs. And yes, first is a correlation between Q5 and Q16. You can see the data below. Attribute X is for question 5. How many hours per week do you work part-time? And the attribute Y for question 16. What is your current GPA? Here is a conclusion of Q5 and Q16. So the correlation coefficient P equal to minus 0.412 indicates to moderate negative correlation between students' part-time working hours and their current GPA. This shows that as students work more hours per week, their student GPA tends to decrease. While the relationship is not extremely strong, it suggests that part-time work does have a noticeable negative impact on academic performance. So this is the correlation between Q5 and Q9. Here is data of the correlation. Attribute X for question 5. How many hours per week do you work part-time? And the attribute Y for question 9. How many hours per day do you study outside the class? And this is the conclusion. The correlation coefficient P equal to minus 0.408 indicates moderate negative correlation between students' part-time working hours and their study time outside class. This suggests that students who work more hours tend to spend less time studying on their own, which may indirectly contribute to lower academic performance. So here is third one, correlation between Q5 and Q13. This is the data of correlation. Attribute X for question 5. How many hours per week do you work for part-time? And attribute Y for question 13. How many hours do you sleep per day? So the conclusion is the correlation coefficient P equal to minus 0.178 indicate there's a weak negative correlation between students' part-time working hours and their daily sleep duration. While working more hours insteadly associated with less sleep, the relationship is weak, suggesting that most students are still able to maintain relatively stable sleep schedules regardless of how much they work. So last one, there is correlation between Q5 and Q11. Here is the data of correlation below. So attribute X is for question 5. How many hours per week do you work for part-time? And the attribute Y for question 11. How many hours per week do you prepare before exams? So here is the conclusion of the last correlation. The correlation coefficient P equal to minus 0.498 indicates there's a moderate to strong negative correlation between students' part-time working hours and their preparation of exam time. The strongest relationship among all 4 pairs. This suggests that working students significantly cut back on exam preparation, which may be a key factor contributing to lower GPA outcomes. Last, we have hypothesis test. First, we have average part-time hour per week, working student only. New hypothesis. The average part-time working hour per week is equal to 25. Alternative hypothesis is the average part-time working hour per week is not equal to 25. So we have new value at 25, and we use the test formula below. So after computation, we got critical set value at 1.2, and set value is between them. So we fail to reject the null hypothesis. There is no significant difference between the average part-time working hour per week and 25 hours. This suggests that working students typically work around 25 hours per week on average. Next, we have average total learning hour per week. New hypothesis. We have the average total learning hour per week is equal to X. And alternative hypothesis is the average total learning hour per week is not equal to X. So we have no value at X, and we use same C-test formula. We got critical set value as 1.2, and conclusion is set value is between them, and therefore we fail to reject the null hypothesis. There is no significant difference between the average total learning hour per week and X hour. This suggests that students spend approximately 8 hours per week on learning activity on average. Thank you.